You can whisper it at night, leave it in a note tucked in a drawer, or shout it from a rooftop. I love you. Two words that feel like the ultimate key to his heart. And yet, how often have you said them, over and over, only to feel them vanish into the air, barely landing where you hoped? Like your soul is speaking, but he only hears a faint echo. You see it in his eyes, a flicker of warmth, maybe gratitude, but not the full surrender, not the profound connection you long for. You handed him the key to your soul, and yet he barely opens the door. This is the quiet tragedy of countless relationships, where passion fades into routine and love alone is not enough. We are taught that men and women speak the same emotional language, but in truth, we only share a dictionary. The words are the same, yes, but their weight, their meaning, their impact, entirely different. You may think you are communicating love, but love rarely reaches him the way you intend. For decades, psychology, sociology, and evolutionary biology have tried to decipher the code of male emotion. The surprising truth is that it isn't about how he feels loved, it's about how he feels needed, recognized, respected, heroic. It's about being essential, being the man who matters in the story of your life. There exist three words, three carefully wrought phrases that can unlock the deepest, most hidden chambers of his heart. Words that speak not merely to his emotions, but to his very identity, his instincts, his sense of purpose. Words that don't just make him feel loved, because he already knows you love him, but make him feel powerful, needed, irreplaceable. These words are not love, they are recognition, acknowledgement, purpose. They are the keys to the man he is at his core. For centuries, love has been romanticized as the ultimate force. We are told that love conquers all, that it is the greatest power in the universe, that it is all we need. And yes, love is powerful, but for the male mind, love is the vehicle. The true destination is respect, acknowledgement, and purpose. Without this, relationships quietly crumble, not because passion dies, but because admiration fades, because the feeling of being essential, of being needed, disappears, leaving only echoes of "I love you" bouncing off the walls. Consider the man who doesn't feel needed. His energy drifts elsewhere, to work, to sports, to projects, where he can feel tangible worth. He isn't avoiding you, he is seeking fulfillment where it feels real. Success at work, winning a game, fixing something broken. These affirm his value in a world that constantly demands he perform. Love is abstract. Recognition is concrete. Purpose is tangible. And if you, the woman who loves him, can provide that, you anchor him in a way nothing else can. The first key is trust. Not casual trust, not a "I hope you'll do okay," but deep, soul-awakening trust. Picture him standing at the edge of a decision. A move across the country, a big financial choice, a pivotal career opportunity. Instead of taking control yourself, instead of telling him what you think is safest, you meet his gaze and say, "I trust you. I know you will do what is right." In that moment, something almost magical happens. You hand him the scepter of responsibility. You awaken the hero within. You tell him, "I see your strength, I see your judgment, I see your integrity. I place my well-being in your hands without fear." Trust activates something ancient and primal inside him. Thousands of years ago, A man's value was measured by his ability to protect, provide, solve problems, defend his tribe. That instinct, the hero gene, has not disappeared. It sleeps beneath layers of modern distraction and convenience, waiting for moments like this. Your trust awakens it. It reminds him that he has a mission, a purpose, and that you have chosen him to fulfill it. This is not weakness. This is deliberate, conscious generosity. You give him the role he instinctively craves, the hero in your life. Even heroes need refuge. Even the strongest men long for a place to lay down their armor, where their burdens are seen but not judged, where vulnerability is safe. This is the second key, emotional safety. I feel safe with you. Say it after intimacy, after a long embrace, after he has shared a fear or admitted a weakness. This is not an evaluation. It is not a "thank you for protecting me." It is a statement about your soul. With you, I am calm. With you, I am at peace. The world may collapse, but in your presence, I am safe. Safety anchors trust. Trust empowers him to act. Safety allows him to simply be. Men live under constant pressure to perform, to protect, to provide. To feel safe with you is to give him permission to exist fully without proving himself at every turn. When he knows he is your safe place and you are his, he no longer seeks validation outside.
The third key is admiration. Subtlety matters. Not vague flattery. Not a casual, "I think you're great," but precise, intentional acknowledgement. Notice him navigating a tense conversation with patience. See him taking responsibility for a small act of courage. Witness him sticking to his commitments, even when tired or stressed. Tell him, "I admire your patience in handling that situation. I admire your discipline in keeping your word." Be specific. Be detailed. Show him that you notice not only the outcomes, but the effort, the struggle, the persistence, the integrity. Together, these three keys form an unbreakable triangle. Trust awakens the hero. Safety anchors his soul. Admiration mirrors his greatness. This combination touches his instincts, his identity, his purpose simultaneously. And here is the truth that changes everything. A man will devote himself fully to the one who makes him feel like a real man, not because he says she loves him, but because she reflects his worth back to him. Each key must be wielded with authenticity. Do not manipulate. Do not overuse these words until they lose their weight. Do not contradict them with actions that undermine their power. Observe him. Notice the subtle acts of heroism, the patience in traffic, the quiet kindness to a stranger, the discipline in his daily habits. Recognize them, reflect them, empower them, and watch the subtle, powerful shift in his energy, his devotion, and his connection to you. Love speaks to the heart. Trust speaks to the soul. Safety speaks to the sanctuary within. Admiration reflects the hero he already is. Speak these keys. Live these keys. And you unlock a connection that cannot be shaken. You are not merely his partner. You are the lighthouse guiding him, the mirror reflecting his greatness, the language he understands at the deepest level. This is a higher form of love, conscious, deliberate, transformative. The choice is yours. Will you continue speaking the language of romance that often goes unheard? Or will you learn the language of his soul and create a bond that endures, inspires, and transforms both of you? Speak the language of his soul. I trust you. I feel safe with you. I admire you. Align your words with your actions. Notice him, reflect him, empower him, and you will discover a love that endures, a connection that is not fleeting, not fragile, but eternal.